right, good
Start.
evening, Whale Coin Talk community. We got Azika Inu tonight here with us, and we got Toshi and Vic to tell us all about the lovely ecosystem they're building. So, guys, thank you for being with us today. Maybe we can get started with a little bit of the team's background, or how you guys got involved with crypto, or anything that you want to tell us that brought us to this point, to where you're building Azika Inu, yeah.
Yeah, well, hi everybody, I'm Vic. Um, so the team, some of us already knew each other from a partial project that we worked with together. That I want to say last year, which was Raven X. It was recognized by Finance Charity Foundation. We donated over $1 million. Took our project to over 50 million market cap. So we're back and we're doing it again. Thank you for having us.
Well, that sounds exciting. $1 million in donations. That's something to write home about. Like mm, it's super cool. So yeah, maybe you guys can give us a quick overview of the whole Azika Inu ecosystem that you're building and the game, and then we can go into more specific details on everything. Hi, am I coming through? Did I cut out?
Yeah, Vix maybe. Got a problem with the mic.
Uh, yeah, I can't hear. Uh,
Yeah, hello.
yeah, I can hear you, Toshi. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so actually, we uh like Vic said, we were a team. We worked on Ravenex together, and we actually came back after learning from the things we did from Ravenex, the things we did right, and we also learned from the things we did wrong. So we decided to build a more sustainable and uh, a more diverse project. So we've actually been planning on this launch for quite a long time now. I think we started planning last year. It's been 5 months now. We've been brainstorming and reaching out to people and also trying to put things together to make it a successful project.
Yeah, I can see here like it's pretty straightforward. You guys are trying to build a crypto-backed haven for artists and gamers alike. So I think a lot of people are curious about your game. So maybe you can give us an overview of the game, what you have envisioned for it, how it will play out, and then we can talk about go into details more.
Okay, so the game is going to be we'll be releasing two versions of the game. The one will be hosting on and will be that's going to be live on app stores. Those ones is going to just be regular games you just play for fun, while the ones that will be live on our dapps is going to have the rewards in Azika tokens. It's going to be uh, because we'll not be keeping any supply of the token. There's no team token actually, so we'll not be keeping any supply of the tokens. The game is going to be a betting game. Where two holders of Azika token can actually compete, and then the winner goes with the prize.
Right. It sounds interesting. So how will the game work? Would you need to, um, or I don't know, buy an NFT to play the game and then battle against
Uh,
each other and all that? Maybe you can give us a few
uh,
details.
Okay, so there's going to be hidden NFTs in the game too, which our marketplace should be live in a week. I think we're already working on it. There is the mock-up. We showed it to some of the community. So we'll be having a dab. So if you collect NFTs from the game, you can actually trade it on our platform. And you get Zika tokens. and how we get to generate the tokens. We'll be paying for the NFTs that those collecting will get rewarded with is the little fees we'll be getting from the game as well. I don't really want to go very deep into the game because we have a dev that's working on the game. We are on an a we just had an AMA with Caesar, and I told them that before the release of the game, the dev is going to will be hosting another AMA, so he's going to give us the real breakdown of how the whole game works.
Right, and the development, is it done in-house, or are you hiring somebody to develop the game for you?
So the game dev is was referred to me by another very good known dev, a token actually that also has a play to end game. He was the one that referred the dev to me. We've met a couple of times, like twice physically. So I have very good faith in him because he did the job once, and so far they don't have any problem with the last game he developed. So he's going to be kind of hired and also in-house because after the development, he will be the one maintaining everything. Gets He will be maintaining other things. We'll be doing some upgrades too with the game. So it's kind of hired and also in-house. So
Yeah, I mean that's great to hear that you have someone that's already worked on something like this before and has the experience to actually bring your vision forward, right? If you want certain features or anything like that, it's super handy to have someone like that, in-house in the team and have them build everything. It's good. Mhm.
yeah.
Right. So I was going through your website and everything, and I see that the Azika token has auto staking and compounding rewards every 10 minutes.
Yes.
How does that work? How is it
Uh,
some sort of reflections, or what's that mechanism?
okay. So for the first phase of our launch, it's going to be rebase. Because all you just have to do, you don't there's no dApps for you to stake. It's automatic, so all you just have to do is hold Azika tokens, and you get rewards every 10 minutes in our tokens too. So it just compounds, and you get rewarded every 10 minutes for holding the token.
Okay, I see. So it's gonna be a positive rebase, if I understand it correctly, right? Where people will just simply see their tokens in their wallet and increase, right? And that's gonna give them
Yes.
a good API. I don't know. Do you have the exact numbers on what sort of API or how? Because
Yeah, it's
compounding every
close to
10 minutes,
700. Yes, it's close to 700K. Yeah,
700,000. Okay, yeah,
like,
that's pretty high,
high.
and I'm guessing you managed to do this because the rebasing works on a 10 minutes period, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty cool. I know that a lot of people are familiar with this sort of DAO tokens and Titano and Libero and Om and all those were the first one to put it forward. But it's great to see that you guys are taking it a step further, right? So it's not simply a rebase token, but you're actually gonna integrate a game with it, right? So
Yes.
yeah, so I'm curious, how's the timeline gonna work? Like, when will a preview of the game or maybe the game be available in the app stores? You've mentioned it's gonna be available in the app store for people to play on their phones, right?
Yes. Yeah, it's going to be a mobile game. Yeah. I think max should be 2 months. It's already in development. Because we already made deposits for the game. So it's already in development. So I think we should be seeing very good results in very little time.
Right. Yeah. It sounds nice, and I was looking at your website and everything, and it looks like the game will feature some really interesting NFTs. So,
Yes.
mm, yeah. So, do you have I don't know, like a price in mind for how much these NFTs will cost, or will they be I don't know, given out to some of your holders? How is that distribution of the NFTs work? And is this a requirement for people to play it?
So no, the NFTs are not going to be requirements to play the game. The game is going to be available for anyone that holds a Zika token because that's what you want to play the game with. But the other one that's going to be on the App Store is going to just be the regular game because some people might not want to, bet. So they just want to enjoy our product, so they can actually still download from the app stores and just play it regular, like a regular game. While the ones that's going to be earning the rewards will have to use the apps to play it. Or the only requirement is just you just have to hold as a cattle, so you could bet with other people.
Right.
And we have a very good security in place, so it's going to make sure no cheating and it's unhackable.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, it sounds good to get people to actually just play it on their phones, and will that sort of link them back to your ecosystem, to your socials, to anything like this, where people that are just enjoying the game, maybe they like the game, but they want to take it further and actually get involved. So how will you kind of bring people from playing the games on their phones, right? Which could be a really interesting game. I see you just a few of the
Okay, so
features.
what we plan to do is when we want to release the game, there's going to be massive ads. We're going to do a lot of ads, advertising on because we are going to be advertising the game on Instagram, on Twitter, download now. So when you get into the game, there's going to be some ads also in the game that's going to let people know that you can actually play and earn real cash. All you just have to do, it's probably going to it's going to lead them to our websites, and it's still going to be very good for us when some people get very excited about the game, and they want to go further. There's going to be ads in app that's going to also let them know that there's another version where you can actually earn real cash when you play the game. So it's something still we are working on too.
Yeah, it sounds interesting. It sounds like you're, and I mean, yeah, you probably don't have a lot of info on the game, but if you build a really fun game for people to play, right, and it's sort of a gacha game, right, the one that keeps you going, people play for 5 minutes and end up playing for 2 hours, right, then for
Yes,
sure they'll get you some really good holders, if nothing else, right, to get people to get involved.
yes, exactly. That's the plan.
Yeah,
That's the plan.
and I see here that later down the line you're planning to have all these in-game NFTs be tradable, right? So people will be able to trade between themselves and trade it on the marketplace. Is it going to be like on your marketplace, or are you looking to use third-party marketplaces for this sort of NFT trading?
No, so we are going to be using our marketplace. We have some amazing ready-made NFTs. Probably we'll show it to the community. But we have amazing 3D NFTs that's already made. So we are just waiting for the marketplace to be finished, and once it's finished, we'll just go live with it. And what we want to do is we'll be supporting artists that's in our communities. If we see somebody that can actually create something very fantastic that's related to Azika, probably our characters in different poses and stuff like that, we could help them market the NFT, and they get to we get to help them market the NFTs, host it on our marketplace, and after they make profits, we could also get certain percentage to help with the development of our ecosystem. So that's one of the plans. And one other thing is that we also plan to develop a staking dApps not for our tokens actually, but for tokens for other new tokens, new tokens that are coming out that don't have enough funds to, develop a staking app. So we'll be having collaborations with teams like that. They get to stake their tokens on our dApps. So what we do is they just have to buy a certain amount of Azika token, and they could use the dApp for free.
That's super interesting, offering this service, for because I know a lot of tokens out there, maybe some were meme projects or anything like that. They're not gonna build their own staking platform, right? So if they
Yes,
choose to offer some staking, this could be a really good option for. And you mentioned all they would have to do is just hold some of your tokens, and the service will be
yes,
provided for free, basically.
yes. Yes, yes.
Well, yeah, that sounds super exciting. And I also wanted to ask you about the Binance MVP program. I know Vic mentioned earlier that you've qualified for this and you have some experience with it. So, what are your expectations with that? Like, are there certain requirements that you have to meet, or how does that work?
So what? Yes, the thing is, one thing about Binance is that it's unpredictable. We cannot really assure that, okay, yeah, it's a guaranteed it's guaranteed that we're going to get it, stuff like that, because what we can do is apply for the program, and the decision is going to be left for them to decide uh, if it's going to be if it's going to work or not. If you understand what I mean.
No, I completely understand. I know like this sort of things are not set in stone. I was just saying because you guys have been successful with this in the past. You probably have some experience with it, so it's you probably stand a better chance than some other tokens that are trying to do it. That's what I was kind of getting at, right?
Yes. So what we can do is we'll make sure that we actually the thing is we'll make sure that we have enough utilities, and we have enough volume in terms of the growth build our community to be very strong and large. Things like that can actually also assist, to put us on, give us a better chance of, getting into the program, and getting something reasonable from it. That's how it's basically what you just have to do is just be hardworking and keep pushing and keep building, you know. And with our past projects and the connections we had from it, I think we'll do a very good job, when we get to that phase.
Yeah, definitely. I can certainly, sure. Past experience, is great, and it can certainly help you into the future. That's for sure. And
Yeah.
speaking of the future, I noticed that on your roadmap, and later down the line, you have an NFT estate listed. So I was curious, what does that mean? What's an NFT estate, and how?
Okay, so what we plan to do is we don't know what the next cycle of the market is going to be like, because right now they have a lot of utilities for tokens. You come to the metaverse, you come to the GameFi, you come to the DeFi, you come to the meme, and what we're trying to do is build a very large and accommodating ecosystem for Azika. So whatever the next cycle of the market actually comes with, we'll be very ready to join the train, and get something very good for Azika. So that's why the NFT estate is going to be like a metaverse, where we could actually it's a metaverse where you collect it's like an estate. You get to collect land, and then with how much tokens you have, you can actually build and also still trade it, stuff like that. We are still working on the idea, But it's I saw a token that created something. I don't want to mention the name of the token, but it was pretty interesting. What they did is that they did kind of a pixel metaverse where uh, random people can actually come into the verse, and then you can purchase lands in on the metaverse. So that's why I included the NFT estate, because the person that's actually developing our game now, he has an idea about it, and then he said he could actually work on it as well when he finishes with the game. And it's pretty interesting actually, because I've seen it, so I was very interested in it.
Yeah, it's certainly interesting, and I know a lot of people when they see play to earn NFT and all that, the first question that comes into their mind is when metaverse, right? It's no longer when
Yes,
marketing. The new question is when
yes,
metaverse. So the fact that you guys
exactly.
are have someone that's has some experience with it, I think it can work out great. And whether you build your own or you integrate with some other metaverse or anything like that, I think people will be excited for it.
Yes, yes, exactly, exactly.
Yeah, and I was
And
also
and also,
sorry, go ahead.
okay, I wanted to talk about the track. The Azika track is going to be for our tokens. Our token, like instead of you going to Trust Wallets or Poolcoin or what's the MetaMask to check the value of your tokens. All you just have to do is use our track. It's going to be hosted on the App Store too. That one is easy to make. So you just have to use our track, and then you can track the value of the token of our tokens you're holding. So
Right.
that's for the Azika track. Yeah,
So that's gonna be a separate app that you're building for people. It'll be sort of like a portfolio app where people will add their
exactly.
tokens.
Yes, yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Right.
That's
So
it.
they can add
Portfolio
their
app.
tokens and track it and see charts and stuff like that within the app.
Yes, yes. Maybe not chats, but you see the price of your token.
Right. Right. Yeah.
We had a few people ask us if it was a music
Was the
track, what we
music?
were trying to
Yes.
come up with.
So I
Oh,
had to
cause it's
clear. I have
Azika
to
track.
clear it.
Well,
Yeah.
I can ask you
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Do you have musical aspirations? I'll throw that in.
Ah.
If
They kind of pitched that to us, and we're like, hey, let's think about it. What the heck?
Yeah, why not? There's so many ways you can market stuff nowadays. There's people putting out videos, people putting out music videos, people putting out I don't know rap videos and all that. So I get why people ask you is the Zika track some soundtrack? Do you have a music label? I can
They're
see
Yeah.
like,
it
is that a
happening.
song you guys are, you
Probably
guys,
we'll put,
yeah, they're like, is that the
something like
song
that
that
can
you guys
happen.
are gonna go ahead and launch within the road? We're like, no, man, something way different.
Yeah, it's like they see a Zika track, they're asking you when's gonna be the first concert, right? People kind of miss the
When
whole thing.
Grammy.
Yeah, I know. It can happen. It can happen. Some people get sidetracked. Some people just don't know how to read between the lines. Like we encourage everyone to, of course, do their own research and all that. And this is why we have these AMAs, right? I mean, I think it's abundantly clear now that the Zika track is actually a DApp where you can track your portfolio.
Yeah,
It's a DeFi tool. It's not a music video, guys. Everybody can
Yeah.
relax. Yeah, it sounds good, guys. So
Yeah.
I also saw that later down the line you're looking to add the P2E functionality to the dApps. I know that it can be tough for the Play Store and for iOS and Android, to actually allow crypto to be sort of either airdropped or earned or things like that. But I think there's gonna be a few ways that you can either go around it or maybe I don't know. So I'm wondering how do you see that? Is it going to be sort of like a leaderboard where the top players also get some crypto, or what do you have envisioned for that?
Okay, so I already said it when we had the AMA with Caesar. I said the P2E function is going to be on our website only. Because the game that dev actually mentioned that due to regulations, we cannot have an app that you get to bet with real cash. I think it's regulated. So we might not be able to deliver that, but we can actually have the game on the dApps. That's why we'll be releasing two kinds. The one we would have on the App Store, that's just a regular game, and then the P2A functionality is going to be the version that's on our website. So that's where you can bet and earn real cash. That's what we can promise the community.
Yeah, it sounds good, and I know there's plenty of regulations, and I know they even games that are trying to build and go on Steam or anything like that. You know, they're getting major pushback, but I think
Yeah.
with as time passes, you know, people will be more and more open. So more regulation
Yes.
is not necessarily a bad thing. Maybe they'll have enough regulation where people can say, okay, this is what you can do, this is what you can't do, and then everybody
Yes.
that's involved with crypto can build nice dApps for people, and more than just portfolio trackers, right? More than charting tools and all this, and more than just wallets, right? They can actually earn money through their phones. They can actually get involved more. So I think if you guys stay on top of it, I think there's going to be some sort of opportunity down the line for sure. You know.
Yes. Yes.
And that's
Agree.
another thing we want to do. We don't want to, you see a lot of projects that kind of grow stale, and teams promise a lot of things and that never happens. Well, we do want to go ahead and do what we promise, and then jump on the trends and make sure that we keep it nice and fresh, and we get those investors. They keep coming in and they're joining us, and our community keeps on growing.
Yeah, that's a very healthy way of going about it, to be honest. I know some of these crypto investors, quote unquote, they tend to have a very short attention span, right? But if you keep delivering on your
Yep.
promises, keep building, and keep showing them that, hey, we're not only just here to stay, but we're actually creating something robust. We're delivering on everything we promised, and we'll do more, right? That'll get their blood pumping, right? And they'll be a long time holder. So that's super important, I feel.
Yes. Yes. It is.
Right. I think I got a little carried away with the whole gaming aspects and everything, so maybe we can dial it back. And I know some people will ask about this, so I'll go ahead before I'll open it to community questions. Can you give us a rundown of your tokenomics and what's that gonna look like, and if there's gonna be any sell buy taxes, all the good stuff around that?
Okay. Yeah. So it's going to be a 10% sell and buy tax. We made sure that the tax is very low. So 4% goes to the marketing to ensure that we keep it up and running 24/7. And also 3% goes to liquidity, so that the chart stays very healthy as the volume increases or decreases, whichever way. And 2% goes to the team, because I believe as the team grows, we should be hiring more mods and also probably expanding to Discord. So we should be employing more mods to help us organize chats and pay our marketer too, because we have a marketing consultant. We have a consultant that's helping us run the marketing, and he's very, very good, well connected too. And 1% goes to the development. So we did this so that these taxes can actually sustain the project for as long as possible. And so that's the rundown of the tax, the buy and sell. So it's 10% buy and 10% sell.
Yeah, I feel like 10% is not is kind of in the gold zone, in the Goldilocks zone, right? It's not too high, it's not too low. It's enough to sustain in your project, and I like that you mentioned this development tax because people oftentimes don't see the amount of work that gets put in building a community and building a token and building a solid project for people. And if you have that going already and you have your people that are paid and they're doing their jobs, that's how you push it forward, right? So you want those people to be happy. You want those people to come back and work the next day because they know there's something coming for them as well, right? So
Yes.
how many people do you have in the team at the moment? Like with your developers, people in the marketing sector, and with your mods, admins, how large is the team?
So right now we have 6 core team members, and we have mods that's helping out. So in the core team, I as the lead dev, we have the data analyst. Loy is in the UK. We have the web dev. We have the marketer. We have Vic. She's here with us. She's the lead mod, and we have Cassie. She's the one controlling the chats that right now, since we are on the as we are hosting this AMA. And we recruited like 3 people yesterday. That's been helping out pretty well. And we have on the we have our graphic designer, and also we have the 3D designer, the people handling the designs department. So would say like roughly we are up to like 12, 13 people that's working on this project currently, including the game dev. So let's say 13 or 14
Yeah,
people right
that
now.
sounds like a nice little round number to get things going
Yeah.
for sure. I've seen some smaller teams do great, and the fact that you guys have them on the payroll, so to speak, that's a great incentive for them to keep building,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yeah, for sure.
I'm also curious at what stage are you for the token? Have you had a seed sale, a pre-sale? When is it going live? Can you give us a breakdown of that? And
Okay, so we had a very successful private sale. When we actually reached out to people and told them about our past projects, a lot of people was very excited to participate in the private sale. So we did a 20% private sale allocation, and we'll be having a 45% for the pre-sale. Then the rest, there's no team tokens actually. All tokens will be used for the private and the pre-sale.
okay, yeah, that sounds like a very fair way to do it. So, moving forward, I just want to get this question out of the way. I know you probably never get asked this, but I'll ask you what are the marketing plans going forward? Like, what do you have in store for after launch and in the coming months, and while building your game, putting it all out, what's sort of the plans around the marketing side?
Okay, so for the next few days before the launch, we'll be having more AMAs and call outs, and YouTube call outs too, and a lot of things are actually coming pre-launch. So post-launch, we'll be having billboards. We are talking to someone that's going to be helping us out with the billboards in New York. And yes, New York, basically, that's the first one we'll be doing. And we'll have a CMC and CoinGecko fast tracked. We'll have more calls, we'll have trending, we'll have coupon ads, crypto.com, Dex tools. We'll be doing more AMAs. And we are also looking at listing on exchanges too. So that's what we want to do is we want to make sure we keep the charts hyped as much as possible. So we'll make sure the development is there's always something to be excited about. So that's our plan. We'll be having a lot of post marketing, post launch marketing
Yeah,
that
it
we already
sounds
work.
it sounds good. And you mentioned some centralized exchanges. Are you looking at any ones in particular? Are you in talks with anyone, or uh, is that
Yes. So Revenex, we got Revenex listed in at I think at least five exchanges. We are staying in contact with most of those exchanges. We worked with them, so we'll be reaching out to them again, and telling them how exciting our new product is, and I believe they will be willing to. I think with the relationship we had with them and how we delivered, we believe that we should be getting on most of those exchanges as fast as possible
yeah, I
once
feel
we get our volume in here.
Yeah, I know that's an important step, and some people treat it kind of lightly. You know, they don't see the value of getting listed in some of these exchanges. They say, oh, there's no volume, they're not doing this and whatnot. But I think it's pretty important to have that outreach. You know, you want to get on some exchanges. You want to put the word out there. Sure, influencer marketing is great, but at the end of the day, some people are looking for the more concrete stuff, right? They're looking at centralization, they're looking at your listings, they're looking at the way things are going. So I think that's a very healthy way for you to do it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
thank you.
a lot of things that we did back in Raven X, like as Toshi was mentioning, we plan to, do it again. The whole listing on exchanges and then having, articles pushed out about the project as well. So we're not here for the hype. We're here, yeah, we're into that too, but we also want those serious investors to be part of our project.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Yeah, hype isn't everything, and community isn't everything, right? I know a lot of people like to say, yeah, we're building this strong community. Yeah, we have this whole hype and whatnot. Well, that's not everything that you need. You need a solid project, you need a solid team, you need a good and stable roadmap that you can deliver on, and then people will flock to it, right? And I like that you mentioned your past project like Raven X, where you guys have probably had a lot of experience. So I'm curious, like, what are some pain points that you've had with your past projects, or I don't know, failures or successes that you've had that you're bringing in to this one to kind of be sure to make it successful. Hi, did I disconnect? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, I can hear you. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, sorry.
Uh, so,
Oh, you got my
uh,
question? Yeah. Okay.
yes, I did. I did. So, what we'll be doing is, we'll try as much as possible to make sure that, we keep the community informed with whatever we're doing. And we've actually, yes, we made some mistakes with Revenex, and we've learned from it, and we'll be trying as much as possible to avoid those mistakes and know whom to work with on this project. And I was very excited when I saw somebody actually from Revenex community actually joined the Azika community. She was very hyped when she actually heard that it's the same thing that is coming together again to launch this project. So what we'll do is that when we start getting the words out, I believe that most of our investors from Revenex will also be very happy to partake in this project. So we've already outlined the mistakes we made from Revenex, and the collaborations we had that wasn't really worth it. Where we sent money to that we shouldn't. So those are the things that we'll be avoiding this time, and we're working with the right people now. And I believe with our experience, our success, our progress we've made in the past, I believe we'll be making the better and more sustainable decisions for Azika. I don't want to outline the mistake or the success, but I believe collectively we've seen the mistakes. Uh, we know the mistakes collectively, and we know the route we took that was very beneficial for Revenex, and those are the directions we'll be going for the most for Azika. So that's one thing we could actually guarantee our investors with Azika token.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. You know, that's a very mature approach to it. You know, it's you got to drive some value from your past mistakes, and at the same time, you got to rejoice for the successes that you've had. You know, it's not all bad in crypto. You know, yeah, some days we buy the wrong stuff, some days we pay the wrong people, but other times, you know, you hit it big with community outreach. You hit it big with creating the right ecosystem for people to get involved. So I think that's a healthy way of going about it. And I see we have a hand up from our community, but before that, I think Glenn had a question. Glenn, is there something you
Yeah,
want to ask? Oh, go ahead, Glenn. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Hi, Vic and Azika Toshi. Yeah, I was wondering, going back to the staking feature, is that going to be locked staking? And
Hello?
it's 700,000% APY. Is that fixed for investors with a compound interest?
Hello? I
Yeah.
cannot hear.
Oh,
Can you
I
hear?
think Glenn was cutting up a little bit. His
Oh,
question was related to the APY on if the APY will fluctuate, and the second part of the question, I think it was regarding your staking platform that you're building, if it's going to offer locked and unlocked staking and the features around that.
So I'm not very I don't really have the full details about the staking platform, the staking dApps, but I had the idea, and then I explained exactly what I wanted for to the developer. And I think we should what the idea behind having the pad is because we are going to be advertising Azika, and we'll be having the devs buy our tokens. And also, there's going to be a kind of powered by Azika token, on the website, because it's going to be our dApps. So it's a kind of marketing tool for Azika token. And it's also beneficial because they will have to buy our tokens too. So that's the idea behind having that. And if you actually have a platform where other tokens utilize, and their holders go to the website and see that this is actually who powers it, we could actually get some investors through that channel too. So that's the idea behind having the apps.
Yeah, it's definitely something that could drive a lot of volume. A lot of people like to read that bottom line, the footer of the website and see, hey, who built this? What's going on here? And
Yeah.
as to Glenn's second question about the APY, I think the 700,000 APY is fixed, right? Through your rebase system, through the positive rebase system, right?
Yes, it is. It is fixed, and we've actually tested it on the main nets and the test nets, and everything works perfect. It's self-sustainable. And another thing I wanted to point out is that immediately after the launch, you'll be able to buy and sell a Zika on any chain. We have like 6 chains that, because we have a partnership coming immediately after the launch. The reason why we don't have it before the launch was because we need to add liquidity and have a tradable contract, like a contract that's already trading, so we could have that partnership. It's already, everything has been sealed. We just need to go live, and then this will also bring volume to our token, because now, instead of you to swap Azika to BNB and from BNB to Ethereum, you can just swap Azika to Ethereum or Ethereum to Azika. We'll have the widget on our website immediately after the launch.
That's
You can
that
buy
sounds
Azika.
Yeah, that sounds really
Yeah.
great. And which chain? Sorry about that. Which chains are you supporting?
So we'll be supporting uh we'll be supporting Near, BSC, Ethereum, Aura, Solana, Harmony, XDAI, and Avalanche. So that's the chains we'll be supporting immediately after the launch. You can swap Azika directly to Ethereum. You can swap Azika directly to Solana. You don't have to swap it to BNB and BNB to Solana. You just swap it directly, and you can also buy from Solana to Azika immediately.
Yeah, that actually sounds super exciting, because you're not launching just on one chain, you're launching on the crypto sphere, so to speak, right? So people from all over the place can get involved. That's super exciting, yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, I see a hand up here. I have Venice with a question. Let me unmute him. Venice, you have a question for the team? Go ahead.
Yeah, I do have a couple of the questions for Azika and Nuti. Actually, I read you guys have dual arenas for PvP mode. I want to know that is it possible for us to challenge any player or any of our friend and fix a match between ourselves in the game?
Uh, I think it should be possible. I can't really comment on that yet because this whole thing runs on on the blockchain. So I don't know if due to maybe the security could be very tight. I don't know if you might be able to pick your players, but one thing I know for sure is that there's going to be a system where uh, the the game, like you they don't your opponents, the history of your opponents is not going to be they 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 connect you with your match. I don't know if you understand what I mean. Like it's going to be a fair fight, not a pro and then a novice, something like that. So if you're a pro, from your history, they are going to always match you with a pro, something like that. So that's how the game is going to work.
Okay, got it. And I also want to know if we go for a treasure hunt as a team, as it is mentioned on your white paper, then is it like the person who finds a treasure chest takes all for himself, or it will be divided among all the team members?
Come again, please. I can't hear you very clearly.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, I was saying that if we go for a treasure hunt as a team, then is it like the person who finds the treasure chest takes all for himself, or it will be like dividing among all team members?
No, no, it's going to be for the person that finds it. Yeah. So you trade it on our marketplace too.
So, what's the purpose of going in a team for treasure hunt?
Huh?
So, what's the purpose of going in a team for treasure hunt?
Yeah, so the reason is because if they have it's just to support each other through the game, but there's going to be singularities too when playing it, so that what you earn your progress to, it's tied to you alone, because sometimes you can actually go back to play the game with a random person again, not the same team. So I don't know how it's going to really work, but for with what I know, I know that the NFTs that you collect from the game is going to be tied to one address, which is the person that actually finds it. That's the idea. I know that's the information I have about the game.
Okay, and I also read about the lands we own in Azika. So I was wondering what else can we do with the lands we own in Azika instead of just holding them for passive income?
Hello, sorry, please come again.
Yeah, I was saying that what else can we do with the lands we own in Azika instead of just holding them for passive income?
The lands.
Yeah, lands.
Oh, okay. So uh if you, apart from holding it, you can actually still trade it. You can gift it out to other people too. So that's one of the things you can do with it. You can hold it for the incomes, or you can trade it on our marketplace for that's. I think if you're talking about the Azika estates, right? If I understand
Yeah,
what your question is.
yeah, understand. Yeah, I understand. And moving to my next question, as you have autos checking and compounding interest, so no, what about your protection fund or auto burning mechanism, which helps sustain and back stating rewards by maintaining price stability and reducing downside risks? So, could you please tell me about protection fund and auto burning?
So we are also planning to we are planning on several bonding mechanisms too, that would also work on the supply of Azika tokens too. There's going to be a lot of it that will be revealed in coming days on how we intend to also try to control the supply of Azika tokens, because when we actually get to the lifespan of the base, we would start working on burning the tokens and reduce the supply really drastically. So that's another thing again. And also the liquidity too. We made sure that the liquidity gets enough funds. So it keeps it keeps the charts healthy. You know, that's another thing I wanted to point out.
Okay, and I was impressed with your project's name, Azika. You know, it's something different. So I was wondering, what's the story behind your project's name, Azika? How did it came in your mind?
So that was brought to us by one of our team members. And he was like, "Hey, let's, where we're trying to figure out the names, right?" And all of a sudden he's like, "Azika," and we're like, "Okay, that sounds good, but what does it mean?" And then he gave us like the whole meaning of it, which it meant, optimism, and Azika means peacemaker, and a whole bunch of other stuff, that were positive. So we're like, "Okay, let's go with it."
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
great. Think yeah. Sorry, go on.
no. I said that's it.
Thank you
That's
so much.
the idea.
Okay, so thank you so much for answering my questions.
You're welcome,
Thank you,
Venice.
Venice.
Yeah, thank you for the questions, Venice. It, it, the name does have a certain ring to it, and it brings a smile to my face, when you ask that question. And Zika, maybe there is something to the story of what it means. Words can have really powerful impact. So,
Hmm.
guys, we're nearing the end here, but it looks like you guys are building quite an interesting ecosystem for your holders, and not only just the fixed API and offering staking as a service, and then going into your play to earn game. So maybe you can give us a sum up, maybe wrap it up for us. Let us go with a bang. Tell us why should we join your ecosystem, join your project, and what's to come for the future.
We're here for the long run. We're gonna be any trend that comes up that people requested, we'll look into it, and then we'll go ahead and see how we can implement it to our project. We don't want to disappoint, so we want to keep things fresh. Like I said before, we want to keep our investors motivated. We want to keep our community growing. We see you there on pre-sale on the 31st, and then we are going to be launching 24 hours after that. So, hopefully a lot of you guys can join us. Thank you so much.
Yeah, great stuff, guys. Yeah, I love to hear that. Dedicated teams and solid projects, and uh, building forward for the community and keeping everybody engaged. This is what we would like to see. And we do always say, anybody listening back to the recording, if you have any questions, we'll get you safely over to the Zika official website and their socials. We still have the chat locked right now, so if you're curious, the website is azika.io, and you'll find the Telegram, Twitter, Instagram. You'll get to see some really nice sneak peeks of how some of the assets in the game will look there, and it's super exciting. So thank you very much for coming today, guys. This has been great talking to you, and yeah, we're looking forward to the future.
Yeah, thank you
Yeah,
very
no
much for
problem.
having
For
us.
having us.
We'll be seeing you soon. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, it's been great talking to you guys. I'll finish the recording